Main action this weekend is Eddie Hearn's Sky Dublin card, as well as the Wladamir Klitschko versus Pulev fight. Not much of an undercard for that one. For those who watched my original pre-fight thoughts, you won't be surprised by my prediction, which is Wladamir Klitschko to win by KO. I accept that Pulev is a very, very solid fighter. He's not got glaring weaknesses. He's very capable. My original video got a lot of thumbs down and dislikes from Pulev fans, but I remember when I did a pre-fight video on Alex Leapai Klitschko, I got a huge amount of hate from Leapai fans, and I got that one right, and I'm confident I've got this one right as well. I don't think Pulev is the kind of fighter who can beat Klitschko. For me to beat Klitschko, you're going to have to do one of three things. You're going to have to break him down on the inside. You're going to have enough punching power to knock him out. Or you're going to have to be a big, big man and be able to win the battle of the jabs. Now, from my perspective, Pulev doesn't have punching power like a Deontay Wilder or a George Foreman. He doesn't have an inside game like a Mike Tyson. He's very, very much a jabber. But as we saw at the weigh-in today, and as you can see on the official stats, Wladamir Klitschko is a big, big man, bigger than Pulev, rangier than Pulev, and I think Wladamir Klitschko will once again win the battle of the jabs. I think Pulev's jab is good, technical, very sound, but to my eye it doesn't carry as much sting as Wladamir Klitschko's. I just don't see Pulev as a massive puncher. You know, he carried Tony Thompson the entirety of their fight, whereas Klitschko was able to get rid of him twice. When Thompson was younger, presumably more motivated as well. His KO percentage isn't spectacular in my eyes, Pulev. So I don't see him winning the battle of the jabs. I don't see him having the range or the power to keep Klitschko off. And I appreciate that he's a very, very solid fighter. He hasn't got glaring flaws. But to beat Wladamir Klitschko, you've got to be better than just being solid. You've got to be spectacular to beat a modern day Wladamir Klitschko. I know he's lost in the past to fighters who weren't spectacular, but to beat this version of Wladamir Klitschko, I think you're going to have to be very, very special. And I'm not sure Pulev is. So I'm going for Wladamir Klitschko in that fight. In terms of the matchroom card, Macklin is a fighter I don't think of as a world level fighter, but he's in against a guy coming over from South America, doesn't seem to travel overly well, has lost when he stepped up in opposition. I think that Macklin will win that fight. The guy's very durable. Jorge Sebastian Highland's his name. Hasn't been stopped before, so I'm thinking Macklin to win that one, possibly in a scrappy fight, but in a 12-round decision. Also on that card, you've got young matchroom starlets. I think it's Kalia Fai and also Anthony Crolla, both in sort of fights that they're very, very long odds on to win. I think Crolla's is only a 6-rounder. I don't expect any trouble for either of those guys. Perhaps the most intriguing fight of the night is the fight between Gary Spike O'Sullivan and Anthony Fitzgerald. I've done a video specifically on that fight, so if you're interested, please do check out my channel, because I'll go into it in a bit more depth. Very, very brief summary is I can't come down with any great degree of certainty on this one. I know Spike's the favourite, but I'd slightly lean towards Anthony Fitzgerald, just because he's put in decent performances against a higher level of opposition, despite the fact he's lost more than Spike. Whereas for me, Spike's been, he got completely dominated against Billy Joe. I thought he lost the Matthew Hall fight that was at that fight. And yeah, I just think Anthony Fitzgerald is probably going to edge that one. What I would say is I noticed at the weigh-in today there's a massive weight difference between the two. Fitzgerald is 11 stone 3, Spike was 11 stone 9.5. So that is potentially a very relevant factor and shouldn't be underestimated. Really do view this one as a 50-50. Think it will go the distance. I don't see either man as a massive puncher. Fitzgerald and Spike, they're both very durable guys. I think Fitzgerald got stopped once earlier on in his career, but these aren't guys who regularly get knocked out. These aren't guys who are big punchers at this level, so I think it goes 12. I think it's close, but I'm leaning towards Fitzgerald. Thanks for watching. Keen to hear everyone else's predictions. Please leave them in your comments below.